guys, here I am in my home stable, and I was thinking, you know what this space really needs is some spice, you know, some pumpkin spice. Let's spice up my home stable for fall. I just feel like designing some fall themed home stables. I feel like that will get me in the mood for the season. So stick around with me. I'm going to be designing 4 different home stables that go with fall. Let's get started. Okay, for the first home stable, my concept was pumpkin. I wanted to go full on, not Halloween, but definitely festive fall. You know what I mean? So I started right off with a lower panel pumpkin pattern, and I wanted to try and bring in some like fall colors. I didn't want it to look too pumpkin-y or too spooky. I wanted it to still scream pumpkin patch. So I went for kind of like a palette of dark browns to keep it kind of farmy, if that makes sense. We're going for pumpkin barn vibes. I also brought some lighter brown wood details in there just to give it a little bit of mix and match, and then some like dark stone, and added some gold details to match the upper panels. And this is the finished product. I kind of brought all of the fall vibes and a touch of spookiness with the pumpkins. I tried to tie in the lighter color of the pumpkins, the oranges, and also the black. And overall, I really enjoy this stable. I would honestly make this my home stable for fall/Halloween season. So yeah, let's design another one. For the next home stable, I really wanted the concept to be reds. I wanted it to scream harvest, almost like Thanksgiving colors, things like that. So I started off with this upper panel red striped. I know this was like a Christmas decoration, but I did my best to see if I can make it work and make it harvest, and I think I ended up being pretty successful. I used like a different trim type on the walls, and then I tied in some like warmer colors to keep it fall themed and harvesty. I ended up adding these gold pillars and gold details that I feel like brought the whole thing together pretty well. And this is how the stable ended up turning out. I really like it. It still used that dark wood color and the gold, but just in a completely different way. If you love matchy, you might not like this home stable, but I tried to tie in the trim with the floor. So there's like some stone is tied in together, and also the harvesty colors. For the next home stable, I wanted it to scream spooky season. I wanted a very classy and not too emo home stable, and I wanted to use this bat upper walls. I took inspiration from the bat upper walls, and from there I used white trim and gray and black details. I played around with using different colored brick, particularly this like gray and white brick. I started off with this brown and black brick as the lower walls, but then I didn't love it, so I ended up changing it to something more simple so that the stalls looked good and it wasn't too busy. And then I played around with the floor by adding this like really cool, almost like spooky vibes mesh floor. I don't know what the floor is. I've never used this flooring, but it ended up being really cool. I think this was one of my favorite home stables that I've designed. Finished off with some gray bats. All right, I feel like I've ended up doing a lot of home stables with the color green in past home stable videos, but this one is not any different. I wanted to do home stable with green because I feel like green is a nice color for fall. So I ended up going with more of like a lighter wood color and using green accents on the gates, the stalls, and the beams for the stable. I started out with this brick color, but then when I got to the end, I didn't love how the brick looked and I didn't feel like it felt fall enough. I added some pumpkins on the door, the stable doors, and then realized that I kind of wanted, or the oranger brick, not the red brick, and then it totally worked for me. And then I also added like some stone floor. I like the stone floor because it has hay on it, and it kind of reminds me of like when you go to the pumpkin patch and there's hay on the ground. This is the vibe I was going for. So yeah, this is what the last home stable ended up turning out like. But anyways, here are 4 home stable fall designs inspo for your home stables for fall. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing me create some different home stables. This is something I really enjoyed doing. Let me know which one was your favorite or which one was your least favorite. Would love to know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm on thin ice, you'd never guess. I've been hiding